right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. 144,000, Shalom, Barakathum. And the people are tired, man. Okay, the people are tired. I was watching a video that one of the elders was going in on, and you know, we're not alone. You know, you may think as a man in this truth that, you know, we're the only ones suffering, but now we're at the time where the Lord has promised that the curses will reverse and go on our enemies, and now we're seeing them. All right, everybody is crying out, man. Okay, and there's nothing you can do about it. Everybody's so stupid and dopey about everything that they just settle into it. Like the article or the news broke about, you know, phthalates, which is a poisonous chemical coming out of plastics, all right, and various other chemicals that they make. It's all in the Lunchables and kids' foods. Now I'm reading this one. It says cancer-causing chemicals found in popular bandages, all right, which leak directly into the blood, all right. And these are things that are just on the shelf. Meanwhile, Esau's handing out 10-year sentences to Jake for some weed, you know. But these things are just right on the shelf in Target and Walmart, you know. And if you try to sue them, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. It costs money in society just to defend yourself, man. And so now everybody's pockets are hurting. Now women can't find the men that they want. Men can't find the women that they want. Okay, now when your businesses get shut down, now everybody wants to cry out. Now when your speech gets policed or you get censored, now you want to cry out. Okay, but we've been telling you about these things for the longest. Okay, these things are not coincidences. This is not just a bump in the road, a bad time. This is all deliberate. It's all staged. And when you understand the scriptures, you realize why that is. That the man of sin is being revealed before our very eyes, because the scriptures say, as a matter of fact, before I go to my main precept, I'll just go to here and the book of Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, so that's why everybody and they got you into this red blue, you know, left right paradigm, arguing with each other. Meanwhile, they're robbing everybody blind, man. Okay, even old folks are going through it right now. Senior citizens are going through it. How are they going through it? Because all of this inflation is hurting them fixed incomes the most. See, when you 70 years old, you can't just hop up and start doing DoorDash orders to supplement. All right. And then the insurance companies are canceling insurance. They're raising the premiums drastically. Okay, they're refusing to come through on claims. All right, there's people got to sell their house because the insurance company won't fix the roof. You know, you got a $15,000-$20,000 repair. Now you got to sell the whole damn house because you can't afford to pay for it yourself, and the insurance won't pay for it. But you have to have home insurance. You see, you get a property, you pay it off for 30 years. All right. Esau says, oh, well, we know you paid it off and you paid all of those taxes up until that point, but now your property value went up now. All right. So now we have to tax you proportionately in your property taxes. So property taxes we've seen go up 300%, 400%, 500%, man. You see, now everybody wants to cry out because they're going to realize, like the elder said in the video, the earth does need new management, man. This is not a coincidence. Like what we've been telling you, the average airheaded, you know, woman on TikTok Now they're complaining. They're in their cars crying. And you know what? They still won't seek after the Most High. They just want the pain to go away. They don't care about the root cause, about how it got this way. They don't care that the devil is at hand and he's furthering his enterprise, which is diametrically opposed to the Most High's enterprise. Okay? They don't care about that. They just want to be comforted, man. Okay, and that comfort is going to be the downfall of you people. And this is why in Isaiah 47 the Lord says, this is the virgin daughter is going to be tender and delicate. What does that mean? You're addicted to comfort, man. Okay, something as plentiful as one. I remember when going outside was a good thing, man. When you used to be excited to go outside. When you couldn't go outside, that was a punishment. Now going outside is a chore. You know, now going outside for what? You know? And he's destroyed outside anyway. He's made everything unpalatable, man. Okay? Unpalatable, man. Like we're in the middle of spring. All right, if I turn around and look at this. All right? We're in April now, man. Most of this stuff should have been budding by now already, you know? I'm starting to see the trees a little bit, you know, but by and large, man, you know, he's destroyed everything. It don't smell good outside anymore. You know what you got to do to get a good outdoor smell now? You got to go into Walmart. You got to buy some Tide Ocean Sea Breeze to get a smell of nature now. You got to get Alpine Meadow off the goddamn shelf in Target or Walmart, man. Because when you go outside, you don't get any of these things anymore, man. You see? This is Isaiah chapter 19. All right. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and he shall come into Egypt. All right. So that's how the Most High is going to come into Egypt. But what's going to happen before that? It says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. After this, Salakia. It says, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man. Okay, so the heart of Egypt is going to melt. What does that mean? People's way of thought, the Most High don't exist, or God does exist, but he wouldn't let any evil happen. You know, God is going to manifest the man. All of these ideas and thoughts that you projected onto the Most High, you're going to find out it's all false. And when he actually gets here, when the time comes where he starts to show his face, so to speak, y'all minds are going to melt, man. Your whole worldview is going to crumble right before you, and then you're going to be in great straits, man. This is when Isaiah 4 and 1 is going to kick in for a lot of you women. You're going to realize this $250,000 job you got don't mean shit. You're going to swiftly give up all of that and try to find a real man. Okay? And real men are not the men that you call real men today. But you'll look at a man's height and just think he's a real man off the back. And this nigga's goofy. He's awkward. All right? He has no integrity. All right? So you don't have a good sense of right and wrong. You don't have a good sense of what's high quality or low quality. Because Esau really has confounded all of this, man. He's flipped everything backwards. And people are crying out, man. All right? This is the pressure buildup that's gonna all segue into these last final prophecies, man. All right, which is the Charagma in World War III. The Charagma is going to be fueled by the internal pressures of each nation, economic turmoil, all right, worrying about your neighbor, all right. But World War III is going to be geopolitical pressure between nations, you see. Germany's getting tired of the United States over there sabotaging things, spying on people, blowing up pipelines, man. All right? West Africa is tired of France exploiting them for their uranium and all of their minerals. Okay, getting it for dirt cheap, but when you go to France, they're charging you out of the you know what, man. You see, some of the most expensive, best chocolate in the world is something called Belgian chocolate. Where did they get it from? All right, the cocoa trees are in Africa, man. All right, so like this hegemony that Esau's built, this image, all right, is starting to be questioned now, and this is why now you read Revelation, he's gonna start castigating you for this, man, for not worshiping it, because he knows his image is fractured. So now he's gonna try to force you to worship it. Like, wait a minute, this democracy shit you've been spinning us, it's not what you said it was, man. It ain't what you said it was. Okay? Verse Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right. Now, this image, largely you can say the big chunk of it is the Greco-Roman legal infrastructure and cultural infrastructure. Okay. All of the holidays are modeled after it. All of the laws are modeled after it. A lot of the architecture is modeled after it. The culture and philosophy, the customs are all modeled after the Greco-Roman rule. All right. Monogamy. This isn't natural to us, man. All right. But now those things are being questioned. Now, why? Because everybody's hurt. People are seeing you have the most technology in the history of the world, yet you have more poor people than ever. How? It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So that's where we are now. All right. It's not just going to stop at you getting censored on Twitter. Your YouTube channel's getting shut down. It's not going to stop there. All right. This is going to get much, 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 much worse, man. And eventually you're going to have to take the mark. All right. That's where all roads are leading, man. But what's happening now is the buildup, man. This is the first beginnings of the plague, man. All right. And we've been in the lot of Moses. All right. When Moses was anointed as the savior to go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. All right. What happened? Pharaoh said no. Basically, go kick rocks. And then the Most High had to show up, all right, and put plagues on them, man. And we're in that lot today. We're in the gates of the nobles, okay, condemning the wicked. Going back to Isaiah 19, it says, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. That's verse 1. Verse 2, it says, and I will set Egyptian against the Egyptians. All right. Now this goes to fighting in the streets. This goes to political fighting. This goes to fighting within families. Everything is divided, man. Yahweh Shai promised this would happen, man. Everything is divided, man. Okay. I mean, if Esau has got you in such a trick bag where you're arguing over what a woman is, can a man give birth? You people are y'all out of there, man. Y'all have no idea what's coming. Absolutely no idea. All right. And it says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right. So this is going to be applying to the world at large, man. All right. The EU is not the unified group of nation states that you think it is, man. NATO don't really like each other like that, man. A lot of these people, countries in NATO are there because the CIA, you know, greased a few wheels and manipulated things to get them into NATO, so they can angle towards controlling the Levant region. And once they control the Levant region, they can essentially control the world, because that's the number one place of number one oil and trade. Okay, it's a major trading hub, man. All right, and there's lots of people in those between those land masses that you can trade with. All right, in between Europe, Africa, okay, in the West. And it says, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. All right, this is what you're seeing. The spirit of this place is failing. People don't believe in democracy anymore, man. You know, they say they do, but they see it failing them. All right. Most people don't even vote, you know. But this is why it's so angering when you see a so-called black man, so-called Latino, so-called Native American man, you know, towing water for Esau on voting. Well, a lot of Edomites don't even vote. What are y'all doing, man? This shit is a scam. Okay. Man, this place is failing, man. They failed you on food. They failed you on the family system. They failed you on education. And basically everything he promised you ended up destroying you, man. Or it greatly enriched him at your expense. Let me see if they got any more here. Fully juiced OJ. Fully juiced OJ dies after a sudden bout of cancer. Sudden bout, all right? Wow, man. I don't even want to, you can't even read most of these headlines, man. All right? You got aircraft falling out of the damn sky. Like come on, man. Your own people ride them planes, and you're guaranteed to die if one of those planes go wrong, man. You know, Esau don't even have parachute systems on these planes. Nothing. You stuck 20,000, 30,000 feet in the air, and something go wrong. You just gotta wait to die on that plane, man. There ain't no. How do you don't have a parachute system on there, man? Huh? That's ridiculous, man. And he don't give a flying you know what, man. All right. Anyway, let me keep going. I'll end it. Verse 3, Isaiah 19:3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And y'all that do that gonna get especially destroyed, man. Especially. That should have been your wake-up call, your time to repent. But what did you do, man? I'm talking about Jake, because you heathen have no hope. You did what King Saul did. You doubled down. You went, let me go find the witch and see if I can get her to let me talk to Samuel. And you know, instead of just being obedient. All of this could have been avoided, man. All right? Let me see. That's basically it on that, man. This place is on its way out, man. You know, it's on its way out in its entirety. So at this point, you know, you just gird up your loins and keep your wits about you, man. And stay humble, pray, anoint yourself. And wait for this thing to go down, man. So I ended that, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashim Rachak B'Dah Shalom. Kom Yasharallah.